experienced coaches. Dave Cameron, the reigning ACCAC Region 1 Men's Soccer Coach of the Year, coaching the Bears and completing a decade at the helm of the program. He's also a former two-time NJCAA All-American as a Bears player. And Greg Johnson, who is not only the men's coach but also the women's coach at Gateway in his 7th year for the women and in his 6th year for the men. And the Bears controlling it from the start. Nate Fisk, the sophomore defender. This is a sophomore-laden squad, even though they set records last year for the most wins in a single season with 16, and they became the first team in the history of Maricopa County to host the Region 1 Men's Soccer Finals a year ago. Here's Gateway, kind of jockeying for position near the midline. And here's Anthony Topa, the lone forward in the Bears lineup, and it's kicked away at the last minute. That'll be a throw-in for the Bears. Topa came on in the last month of last year as a freshman and wound up being the leading goal scorer for the team with 13. Bears trying to get something going. Here's Nate Simentende. Topa had a cross shot, but it goes to Simentende, and he fires it and just barely eludes the net. Zach Taylor getting a hand on it, the freshman goalkeeper, keeping it scoreless, but that'll set up a corner kick for the Bears. So Simentende, who was trying for an assist originally, wound up getting the carom out front and firing a shot on goal, the first one for either team. So the first corner kick, low kick, and it bounds outside, and the Geckos will clear it out. Lorenzo Davilos trying to get it out of the Gateway zone, and now big collision. And winning the best of that battle is sophomore Jason Arroyo. Here is Simentende again being defended as the Bears trying to set it up. Knocked away from former Yavapai Rough Rider Yvine Cruz as he tries to bring it across center, and it's poked away. Stolen away by Salvador Gutierrez, who finally gets it into the Bears zone for the first time tonight on the Gateway offense. Nice play coming across is Chris Arroyo, the brother of Jason Arroyo, to make the steal. Just underway, we played just a couple of minutes in the home opener for your Phoenix College Bears, ranked 9th in the nation. As we mentioned, one of 4 teams in the conference to be nationally ranked. Yavapai, the highest ranked right now at number 3, the Bears at 9, and then Arizona Western and Pima are 18th and 19th respectively. Bears trying to get something going, and then Gateway clears it out, but can't get it out of their own zone. Simentende and Aiden Raj trying to team up as he comes down the far sideline. Raj able to shed the defender, gets into the corner, and then is contested, and the foul is going to be called, I do believe. That's going to be on Lorenzo Davilos. And so the Bears will get a free kick. Bears with about as high octane of an offense as you could imagine a year ago, and Dave Cameron loving every minute of that and trying to have his team this year pick up where they left off. Simentende will be handling the honors for the free kick. Centering goes into the middle, and it's headed by Cruz momentarily, but a little offline, and it's cleared by Andres Arroyo. Andres Arpaio, on the Geckos. Bears will retool and get it back into the back line. New goaltender this year, that's Chase Bolton taking over for Alexis Madriz, who was an all-conference performer as a sophomore a year ago. Cleared away by the Geckos and trying to get it up ahead to Arpaio, but Nate Fisk able to step in front and make the interception. Yvine Cruz taking it to the near side this time. Valenzuela had his feet cut out from under him, but Cruz takes it in. Now Cruz finds a seam and trying for a shot, but it's a little bit wide left. And Zach Taylor applauding the defense of his Gecko Charges. But since it went past the goal, it's going to be another corner kick. Simentende again, and it squirts through the first line of defense. Then a kick blocked. Cruz was trying to get the defense napping. And it'll go out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Bears right in front of their own sideline. Alexis Flores will handle the honors. Flores, one of 5 defenders that Dave Cameron has started the first 2 games of the season. That one goes out off of Anthony Topa, and it'll be a throw-in going the other way for Gateway. Throw-in is headed out by Roberto Valenzuela, and all that does is give Geckos a little extra room towards their opposing goal. Another throw-in comes to the near side and it's saved momentarily, and they actually say that Emerson Lopez stepped out. So it'll be a throw-in and a turnover the other way. Again, that one kicked out by Jaime Yepes. And Yepes again doing the honors on the second straight throw-in. So Alexis Flores just slowly inching up the sideline. This time, instead of going to Valenzuela, he goes to Topa. Topa triple team, and it's knocked away. But now, a miscue by the Geckos, and here's Valenzuela and Topa trying to get something done. Topa taking it into the corner, going one-on-one, knocked away momentarily. Now he's double teamed, hits it out for Yameen Cruz. Cruz with a nice center pass, but right there is the goalkeeper, Zach Taylor, able to glove it with both hands to stop the rally momentarily. A little over 6 minutes gone by, still scoreless. First of the 2 games in the home openers tonight. Chris Cigar's new look. Bears women's soccer team set to go off at about 8 p.m. Here is Yepes shedding. Flores trying to center it. Nicely done by the sophomore Nate Fisk. Just stuck the leg out, was able to intercept, and here come the Bears. Bears sniffing a rally. Valenzuela saves it from going out of bounds. Now Topa into the clear on the left side. Trying to find a shot. It's deflected and then cleared out nicely by the defender Lorenzo Davilos. It will be a throw-in for the Bears, and Topa, the first game plus, has really been keyed on. A lot of high expectations for the 6'6" forward. That'll also be a throw-in, even though it's right by the corner flag. And now one of the Geckos momentarily down, and just a timeout, I believe, so he can tie his shoe. Might have gotten inadvertently stepped on, and the Gateway athletic training staff paying attention, and it is indeed more than just a loose shoelace. Clock continuing, or clock stop momentarily, and for those of you who are World Cup fans, that is a bit of a change from what you're used to, as clock can be stopped, but there is no extra time in NJCAA soccer. 2 45-minute halves. If they are tied at the end of regulation, then they will go to a pair of 10-minute overtime periods, but it is the golden goal, so to speak. It's sudden death. And if they are tied at the end of those 2, as Chris Cigar's women's team was Friday night in their opener at Scottsdale, then it's considered a tie. Injured Gecko is defender Ulises Silverio, and he will walk off under his own power. So Greg Johnson going to get Carlos Lopez to check in for Silverio. Lopez, one of the leading returners from a year ago. Back to live action. Here's Cruz trying to center. It's knocked away, and then Raj gets a shot at it. And I think they ruled offsides. It's a nice idea by Cruz, who was able to spring free momentarily. But Raj was a little bit too far ahead of the pack. So the Geckos will send it the other way. Battle at midfield, and that one's won by Roberto Carrizosa, who had a goal and an assist both in the second half 5 nights ago. Rally by the Bears momentarily stopped as Paula Strain, the freshman defender, will kick it out. It'll be a throw-in on the far sideline. In for Nate Yamantendi, but it's poked away. Battle towards the midline, and Coming up, Chris Arroyo with a jump ball. Flores keeping it in the zone. Valenzuela trying to get it behind him, but the defender's there. And that one will be kicked out just to the north of the Bears sideline. It'll be a throw-in for the Geckos. It'll also be a substitution. Second one of the afternoon for Greg Johnson. And freshman midfielder Luis Chavez will check in. And Emerson Lopez, the forward, getting his first breather. Double team that time is Yepes. Yepes really battling with Cruz, and Cruz able to force the turnover as the Bears will get it on the throw. Tokpa, double team, poked away. Valenzuela trying to step in and steal it, and he was able to knock it off the defender. But here are the Bears. Kelly Sosa to Seventendi, who off the carom will put it into the net for the goal. Beautiful play. Seventendi with the acrobatic play, and Kelly Sosa with a beautiful setup. So just 9 minutes, 9 seconds into this one, and the Bears are on the board first. Seventendi with his first goal as a Phoenix College Bear, and Kelly Sosa with his second assist of the season already. He's got 4 points, 1 goal, 2 assists, and he leads the Bears in that department so far. So the goal scored at 9:09 in the first period. And the Bears still pitching a shutout. They won 4-0 Friday night over Scottsdale, and now have a 1-0 lead over the Geckos. Geckos with the ball, trying to get some offense going, and the lead pass just a little bit too far for South Pineda. So Chase Bolton will reset. Bolton, 6'1", 180-pound freshman goalkeeper out of Highland High School here in the Phoenix area. Long kick upfield, bounded back towards midfield. Yepes trying to dribble with it, and he's able to take it away from Kelly Sosa. Gets it down the far near sideline for Ruben Moya, and offside's called against the Geckos as Moya was out in no man's land. Bears coming the other way, trying to get some early insurance. Bears already a little banged up early in this season. Jimmy Jones and Dean Bruni both battling leg injuries. They are sitting this one out tonight. Exchange between the two number 10s, Cruz and Yepes, and the Geckos will get the reward out of this one. Javier Almonte also missing tonight's game. A little early in the season for these types of injuries, but nagging injuries. In fact, all of them will be listed as probable for Friday's road matchup in Tucson against Pima. A little bit of a whiff for Valenzuela, and it's stolen back by the Geckos. Geckos trying to get something going as Chavez gets it to the far sideline. Here's Salvador Gutierrez trying to center it, but right there is Fisk, and Fisk right now has been a vacuum on the back line for the Bears. A little over 11 minutes gone by. Bears have already struck once. It was Kelly Sosa to Nate Seventendi. Seventendi with his first goal as a Phoenix College Bear. Bears already with a pair of shots on goal. Geckos yet to challenge Bears goalkeeper Chase Bolton. Kelly Sosa dancing around in midfield, and here's Jason Arroyo. Trying to kind of spread the defense are the Bears. Being Cruz, double team, triple team, still fighting away from it, and now he gets a little bit of separation. Gets up, and then a hard shot hits off of Kelly Sosa, and that allows the Geckos to make up the ground. Chavez comes the other way, crossing midfield, being pursued by Valenzuela. Meeting him is Alexis Flores. Geckos trying to take advantage of the Bears overplaying on defense. Bears double teaming, and the Geckos reset it out towards the midline, but now Kelly Sosa able to take it away. Here's Cruz again, looking for help. Kick it off for Simontendi. Simontendi with a hard shot past Tokpa, but it's headed away. And Tokpa, using his 6'6" frame to be able to win that battle, and still down momentarily is Eric Morey, who collided with Tokpa. And I'm not sure if that was his shoulder or if it's his head. Gateway training staff watching noticeably and waiting for the signal from Joseph Prevost, the center official. Looks like Morey maybe okay to stay in. Clock stopped with 32:18 remaining in half number one. And looks like they're going to call a foul on Tokpa. Kind of a delayed call on that. But that'll get the ball back to Gateway Community College. Gateway, based in the southeastern part of the Phoenix area. Just off of 40th Street and Van Buren to be exact. Here's a lead pass for Valenzuela as Bears trying to take advantage of the transition. Valenzuela looking for the center. There's Tokpa, but Tokpa had it bound off of the opposite foot that he was looking for. And it wound up trickling out of bounds. And Tokpa with a grimace on his face as he walks back towards the other side of the field. Missed opportunity there. Tokpa was the leading scorer, goal scorer for the Bears. He was the only one in double figures. He wound up having 13 a year ago. Now a high kick, and Bolton just settling under it like a center fielder to stop the rally momentarily. Bolton, who had a very solid game in the win against Scottsdale on Friday night, although he has to thank a lot of his defenders because the back line for the Bears didn't allow Scottsdale to get a shot on goal in the entire first half. Yvonne Cruz, nice setup. Here's Hayden Raj coming down the far side, cuts inside looking for room, and has to back it out momentarily. Here's Simontendi. Simontendi, stop. Little center pass, a header by Tokpa, but it's offline and will trickle out of bounds on the far sideline, and the Geckos will get it. A warm day, rather humid here in the Phoenix area, and Friday night, even though it was somewhat cooler, both Phoenix and Scottsdale were substituting early and often, and already Dave Cameron's got a half a dozen guys that are starting to get warm on the sideline. Meanwhile, substitutions also for Greg Johnson. Silverio also back in along with Arpaio. High jump ball, Simontendi able to control. Here's Yvonne Cruz, lead pass for Valenzuela. Coming out is the goalkeeper, Taylor. He gets turned around, and lucky for him, the back line was able to bide its time so he could get back in line. Gotti Sosa still trying to keep the pressure on. Keeps it from going out of bounds. Brings it back out front, tries for the center, but there's nobody there wearing gold, and it's cleared out. Fisk will control it. And kick it back to his goalkeeper, and now it's going to scamper back, but fortunately for the Bears, it was just a little bit offline, otherwise that could have been an own goal. Well, Fisk cleared it back to his goalkeeper, Bolton, but there was a little bit too much English on it, and it went right past Bolton's shoulder. And if that had been about a foot to the left, we would have had a tie score. In any case, because he goes out of bounds, Geckos are going to get their first corner kick. And this one a little bit long, and it's going to clear everybody and trickle out of bounds on the far sideline. So the Geckos miss an opportunity there. Under 29 minutes left to go first half. 1-0. Bears on top. Bears will get it on the throw. Here's Jason Arroyo near midfield. Changes direction, gets it over to Valenzuela, and it tails away from Roberto. And Valenzuela can't control it from going out of bounds. So the Geckos will get it back. Long pass, but defending well is Alexis Flores of the Bears battling towards the back line with Ruben Moya, and it will trickle out of bounds. So reset it for Chase Bolton. Dave Cameron, the 10-year head coach of the Bears, checking off who's about to check in for Phoenix College. Luis Tapia going to be one of those. Along with Milton Cueto, one of the newcomers. And here they come in rapid succession. Sophomore Sergio Riso, who had the final goal against Scottsdale. The sophomore 5'9", 155-pound speedster out of Dorado High School. Vladislav Kalentia. Kalentia went to Saguaro High School in Scottsdale. He's a sophomore. Went to Paradise Valley Community College during his freshman days, and he is a lot of fun to watch. A lot of speed, a lot of power. Milton Cueto, as I mentioned, also checking in out of Gateway Preparatory College. Not the same Gateway that they are playing tonight. 5'10", 150-pound freshman. As I mentioned, Luis Tapia, the sophomore midfielder forward out of Apollo High School, also checking in. And rounding out the five, Javier Iona, who wound up with the insurance goal the other night to put it out of reach. Iona out of the Humanities and Science Academy. He's a 5'10", 170-pound freshman. Second corner kick of the evening for the Bears, but it's a little bit long, and Gecko's able to get it back in their possession.
Vamos, la puta que te parió.
Here's Iona with the steal towards midfield, getting it up for Kalentia. Kalentia cuts inside, tried for a shot, but it's deflected off the defender, Lorenzo Davilas, and it will trickle out of bounds, so it'll be another corner kick upcoming for PC. We played 19 minutes. So far, so good for the Bears. Here's the center pass that is deflected off the head of one of the Geckos. Tapia coming over, and he's going to let this one go out of bounds for a throw-in. Here's Aiden Raj trying for the center pass, having to hurry over is Iona, and Iona will save it from going out of bounds. Trying to get it inside, but jumping in front are the Geckos and streaking down the rear sideline. Salvador Gutierrez, double team momentarily, cuts inside, gets his feet cut out from under him, and he got what he wanted. That's going to be a foul against the Bears. And suddenly the Geckos with a golden opportunity to tie this one up. That one's going to be on Nate Fisk. Second foul so far on PC. Bears defender is getting an explanation from the center official. Eric Morey is apparently going to be the one that's going to get the penalty kick. Center official backing up that wedge. Five-man group of Bears. And Chase Bolton lining up against the near post, now trickling back towards the far post. Here comes Morey, full head of steam, and this one is way high and sails over the crossbar. But that'll be the first shot on goal of the night for Gateway, and their third of the season. So Bolton will have a chance to send it away as he waits for his teammates to get set. This one comes towards the center of the field. Iona and Riso playing header with it, and a foul called on the Geckos that will send it the other way momentarily. Jason Arroyo checking off as that ball is right on the midline. Long shot up court. And that'll be headed off one of the Geckos, so that'll be a corner kick for the Bears. And the Bears not wasting a whole lot of time when they have a chance to get the corner kick set up. Tapia will do the honors from the near corner. This one is a deep one that is headed out by the Geckos. They'll clear it out, but Fisk comes up from his defender spot to try and get the offense going, and then the Geckos intercept. So Fisk has to hurry to get back, but there's Chris Arroyo to intercept the pass nicely. Bears get it back into the Gecko zone, then fumbled away momentarily by Iona. Here's Salvador Gutierrez. That one's taken back by Iona. So back and forth they go in the mid part of the field. Nearing what will probably be the next stop and play in the water break. Here's Tapia, lead pass. Coming up is Cueto. Cueto tried for the shot. It would have been a little bit offline, but a diving save anyway by Zach Taylor. So
Did you throw a cookie at me earlier?
Bears have outshot Gateway so far 3-1. And what's important is on the scoreboard is their second shot on goal of the afternoon, just 9 minutes in, was a beautiful setup. Roberto Carrizosa finding Nate Simonitende, who caromed it. Now a nice setup by Cueto, who motored down the line, and his shot is deflected and finally saved by Zach Taylor. And Taylor is getting some business early, and Cueto with half of the 4 shots on goal by the Bears so far. So Cueto showing his speed. Long kick by Taylor, headed around towards midfield. Bears control. Tapia coming to the near sideline. And a nice lead pass for Cueto, but a little bit of rise and a trickle out of bounds before he can get there. That'll send it the other way on a throw in for the Geckos. Arveo battling with Luis Tapia, goes out of bounds, and Arveo getting caught with his hand in the proverbial cookie jar, taking about 10 extra yards of steps before he threw it in. And the center official, Joseph Primos, says no deal. Davalos, line drive kick taken in midfield by the Bears' Jason Arroyo. Arroyo setting up Alexis Flores. Flores saving it from going out of bounds. Now a nice steal by Arroyo. Bears with numbers momentarily. Arroyo with the lead pass intercepted, intended for Cueto, although Riso was in the area as well. Geckos stave off that rally momentarily, but the Bears still have control. Iona changes direction, gets it over to the far sideline. Tapia playing catch momentarily with Aiden Raj. Now it's knocked away from Aiden. But then it's right into the lap of Tapia. Here he comes. Luis trying for the center pass. Line drive. It goes right past 2 different Bears, including Cueto, who had a shot. Comes to the near sideline, goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Gecko's ball. Impressive setup that time as Aiden Raj put that ball on the screws, and there were 2 different Bears that had a chance at it. I believe Cueto was the second. I think Sergio Riso was the first. Now Riso with a nice sidestep. And Riso, when he gets in the open field, is as fast as anybody. Pass trying to get it to Cueto is bounded away, and then Taylor on the carom just barely able to get there before Cueto does to glove it. Taylor, one of 10 sophomores on this Gecko squad. For 6-year head coach Greg Johnson. It'll be a throw in on the far sideline in the Bears zone for Gateway. We're inside of 20 minutes remaining in the first half. So far, kind of a defensive battle, although the Bears have kept it in the Gecko zone most of the way. A header contested by Flores. Went off the head of Eric Morey and bounded lazily towards Chase Bolton, who controls it in the Bears box. Bears being very patient on this warm, humid night here at Hogan Field at Hoy Stadium. The official home debut of the Bears athletic seasons on this same field 3 nights ago, as Jerome Daniels' Bears football team took it on the chin at the hands of Pima. Now the Bears football team will start a 2-game road trip, and a tough one at that. They go to Roswell, New Mexico this weekend to take on the Broncos of New Mexico Military Institute. And then coming home to take on the team that was nationally ranked and bowl bound last year, the Mesa Thunderbirds. Next home matchup for Daniels Bears against another nationally ranked squad from Yuma, Arizona Western, coming here on September 20th. He will be in attendance. Lead pass, here's Cueto coming down the near sideline as the Bears trying to set up, waiting for the trailer. That's Tapia. Tapia, double team, trying to weave through traffic. His shot deflected, comes back out front for Javier Iona. Iona, chest save by Cueto. Cueto looking at the ref saying that should have been a handball, no call. Fisk coming up to save it near the midline for PC. Fisk with a battle now. He has his feet taken out from under him, and that'll be a foul on the Geckos to keep the Bears on offense. 3 fouls on the Geckos so far, 2 on PC. And Jason Arroyo with the free kick, watching everybody get bunched up in front of the box. Arroyo, nice lob on that one, headed by the Geckos, but then Flores gets it back in, and then Cueto on the carom, trying to get it inside, but then he's called for offsides anyway. But so far, the Bears showing that they know how to work a rebound. That's how Simontendi got the lone goal of the game. Nearing the 16-minute mark of this first half, Bears have mostly been in control. The Geckos have had a couple of chances and almost got a score on an own goal. Throw in for the Bears. Here's Iona battling with 2 different Geckos. Kicks it towards the far sideline. Now here's Riso. Riso, lead pass for Cueto. Cueto, he's got one man to beat, and a nice play by the defender, Ulises Silverio, to kick it out from under Milton Cueto, and it'll trickle towards the far sideline, so it'll be another throw for the blue and gold. Bears within near midfield, leading 1-0 as the shadows starting to take effect here at Hogan Field. In fact, just about all of the field now in darkness as the light's starting to take effect. Here's Valentia, who hasn't had too many chances so far, and he's been in for a good 10 minutes. This one's kicked out of bounds. The last touch by the Geckos, so corner kick number 5 of this first half coming up for PC. And it'll be Luis Tapia again with the center pass. This one comes in the middle. Valencia gets a piece of it. Kicked out front. Saved by Jason Arroyo. Steps through 3 defenders, then fires his shot, but it's wide right. And it'll be out of play. Would have been a little bit too high anyway. And so the Geckos will get it back. Meanwhile, Greg Johnson going to the Geckos bench. Neil Treble, freshman midfielder, getting his first playing time of the evening. And the Bears with about 5 different substitutions set to take hold. A stop and play from now. Back and forth they go as both teams trying to kind of feel each other out in the Geckos zone. One of the Geckos comes up a little lane, kind of stubbed his toe on the turf. Here's Silverio. As the Geckos just trying to slow it up a little bit.
Dale, culiado.
And now going down, and that'll be a foul on Tapia. Slow to get up that time to Silverio, who has paid the price and then some, with a couple of hard knocks here in the last 5 or 10 minutes of this first half. This time it's Paul Estreen waiting for his teammates to get set up field before he fires it away. Kick down the near sideline, nicely headed, but no help that time for Luis Chavez as Chase Bolton able to come over and glove it. And Bolton will wait for everybody to start heading the other way. A little under 13 minutes left to go in this first half. It's been mostly defensive minded. Bears with 4 shots on goal, Gateway with 3. In fact, the Geckos already have more shots on goal tonight than they did in the entire 90 minutes against Yavapai in the Saturday opener. Here's Chavez coming down the near sideline. Stopped momentarily by Javier Iona. Tries for the pass inside for Gutierrez, but right there was Flores. And as Yepes tried to save it from going out of bounds, the official on this side says he had his foot out. Bears with a throw. Gateway trying to keep the pressure on and keep it in BC zone, but Tapia won't have any of it. Lead pass for Valencia. Valencia now one-on-one. Cutting it inside, looking for a center pass. He's got one for Riso. Riso finds himself alone momentarily, but wait a minute. Foul going to be called on a late whistle, and that's going to be on Riso. So Riso, who was battling with Paul Estreen, and Estreen will kick it away. Here's Iona again in the Gecko zone, has it poked away. Coming the other way, Jaime Yepes. Yepes with Iona in pursuit. Changes direction. Comes inside towards the middle. Saves it outside for Chavez. Chavez trying to kick it inside. It's knocked away. Back outside for Luis. Geckos looking for a room. Here's Gutierrez with his center pass. It's poked away, but now the Geckos with his shot.
Puta madre.
Nice and tip. Neil Tremble goes right into the hands of Chase Bolton. 4th shot on goal here in the half for the Geckos. And the first official save for freshman goalkeeper Chase Bolton. Here's Valencia. Valencia with one up on his stomach. That's an easy foul to call. And Estreen will be the guilty party this time. Each team with four infractions. And the Bears are going to have an open look deep in the Gecko zone as we move towards the 10-minute mark. 1-0 BC. And wholesale changes waiting in midfield for the Bears. The next time is dead. You can hear Dave Cameron, the 10-year head coach of the Bears, directing traffic. Luis Tapia ready to kick it in, set up pass, and there's Fisk! And it's off the top of the crossbar. Try to keep it alive, Eden Raj. It'll poke out, and it's going to be Gateway possession. What a nice attempt by Fisk. And it was that white bar that stopped it from scoring as the goalkeeper, Zach Taylor, had no shot. So that'll allow Cameron to get 5 different substitutions in. Mostly starters: Anthony Topan, Nate Simontendi, Roberto Valenzuela, Roberto Cadisosa, Yavin Cruz. And they are joined for the first time tonight by Johnny Dunbar, the 6 foot, 165-pound sophomore defender. Went to Ironwood High School during his high school days. There's Simontendi, who is responsible for the only goal for either team. Gives it up for Raj. Here's Topa. Topa's shot deflected by Taylor. Bears trying to keep it alive. Comes out front. Here's Cady Sosa. Now Yavin Cruz. Cruz shot nicely gloved by Zach Taylor. He had to make not 1 but 2 saves on that exchange. So a shot by Topan, a shot by the former Yavapai Rough Rider Yavin Cruz. 7 shots now on goal for the Bears. Valenzuela, after Fisk is able to clear it out, Trying to play catch with Cruz, but it's knocked away. Now Cruz battling. Yepes. Yepes now playing catch momentarily with Eric Morey. Here's Yepes moving towards the middle of the field. Back for Morey. Lead pass and a little bit too much mustard on it as it's over the head of Neil Treble. And it'll trickle out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Bears as we move inside of 8 minutes left to go in this first half. Bears trying to go 2-0 in the season. Geckos looking for their first win in nearly 2 years. Tokpa battling with 2 different defenders. Comes out front. Here's Valenzuela. Valenzuela trying to get the lead pass, but not enough on it to get to Roberto Carrizosa. Here come the Geckos the other way. Yepes. Lead pass. Here's Gutierrez streaking down the line. And a nice play by the defender, Fisk. But has to be considered one of the first half MVPs for PC so far. He's able to get it out of bounds. And the Geckos will have to reset with the throw-in. Meanwhile, Alexis Flores is down. Looks like he might have cramped up a little bit. And stopping the clock is Joseph Privos, the lead official. Here comes Jessica Markreiter, one of the stellar athletic trainers for the Phoenix College Bears, coming out to tend to Flores. And Chris Arroyo is going to get the warm-ups off. He'll check back into the PC lineup. And Flores will likely sit down for the remaining 7:13 of this half. Meanwhile, throw in for the Geckos. Here's Gutierrez towards the corner and fumbles it away as he was spending as much time worrying about Nate Sementende on his left hip as he was about the ball on his right hip. Make that Johnny Dunbar. Dunbar will handle the throw-in duties. Here's Valenzuela poking it away, but right to Morey, and then when Morey tried to head it to the near sideline, he instead headed it into his own bench. Here's Cruz sidestepping 3 different defenders and then was tripped from behind. That'll be a foul call on Yepes, and it'll stop the forward progress momentarily. Jason Arroyo crossing midfield. Gets it up for Cruz, who's triple teamed. And finally stolen away by Neil Treble. Treble then has some double teaming of his own to battle with. And the Bears able to take it away. Cruz with the ball in midfield. Cruz trying to dance away from trouble. Chris Arroyo trying to help, and now the Geckos get it in momentarily going their way, but then Fisk changes that in an instant. Valenzuela. Off for Carrizosa. Lead pass. Here's Valenzuela in the clear. Down the far sideline. Center pass. Didn't have enough English on it. Stolen away by Paul Lestrange. Gutierrez able to break free. Streaking down the near sideline. Arroyo in pursuit. Here's Fisk coming over to help. And Fisk just fighting with Gutierrez and wisely lets that ball trickle out on the end line, and that will allow him to get back to Chase Bolt. Final 5.5 minutes left to go in this first half. And the Bears would love to get some insurance before they head to the halftime locker room. Bolton's kick kind of gets caught up in the wind, and it dies right at midfield, but the Bears keep it going forward. Tokpa gives it to Cruz. Cruz trying to spread it out, far sideline, kicks inside. Lead pass intended for Sementende, poked away. Back to Cruz. Cruz keeping the pressure going, and then too much pushing and shoving from Neil Treble will cost him the 6th foul of the half for Gateway. And the Bears will bunch up towards the middle of the box again, inside of 5 minutes left to go. 1-0 Bears. They scored in the 10th minute. Center pass. There's Sementende on the header. It gets Taylor out of position, and then the header by Dunbar, and Taylor able to make up the ground and make the save. 4th save on Zach Taylor. 8th shot on goal by the Bears. First one for Johnny Dunbar.
Vamos, la puta madre.
Speaking of Dunbar, he's able to make the steal to support the momentary Gecko rally. Valenzuela with the center pass to Cruz. Nice pass for Tokpa. Tokpa's kick is smothered and deflected away by Gateway. Tokpa had a good look, but good defense that time on the Geckos back line. Here's Aiden Rod spinning around. Sheds the defender momentarily. Lead pass, but too far ahead of his teammate Riso, and it will trickle out of bounds. Hell, the Bears backup goalkeepers playing catch with each other just to the north of the Bears sideline. That being sophomore freshman Julio Moreno and fellow freshman Ricardo Alvarez. 4 goalkeepers on this Bears roster. 3 freshmen and a sophomore, and it was the freshman Chase Bolton who won the job from the other 3. I'm calling the Geckos. Bear tried to keep him or catch him napping, no avail. And the Geckos able to come the other way, courtesy of Carlos Lopez. Now the pass comes in the middle, and suddenly the Bears have it again. Topog gets it on the far side for Nate Sementende. Sementende goes forward, now puts on the brakes momentarily. 2:45 to go. Inside pass for Topog, and Topog just couldn't get there in time as Sementende tried to get it to him right in front of the net. And instead it goes off the leg of Topog and past the end line. That'll give it back to Geckos sophomore goaltender, Zach Taylor. Final 2:20 of this first half. Been an entertaining one so far. The Geckos staying within range. Big contrast from the 2 games last year. Lead pass, Topog. Stops, fires, wide left. And Topog, you can tell, is kind of rushing himself. He's double teamed just about every time he touches the ball or gets near it. And you can tell he's trying to rush the offense a little bit too much. I have a feeling Dave Cameron's probably going to tell his lead forward to slow it down and let the game come to him in the halftime locker room. Now pass muffed. Here's Topog trying to take advantage of it. Kick back behind. Topog saves. Here's Sementende. Lead pass for Valenzuela. Can he get to it? Yeah. Corrals it in the corner. Valenzuela now looking for a centering pass and then goes too close to the end line and will kick it out of bounds for an unforced error. Nearing the 1-minute mark of the half as they jockey for position in midfield.
1 minute left in the half.
Now stolen by Arroyo. Arroyo, Jason gets it off for Valenzuela. Valenzuela waiting for his teammates to get set. Tried to lob it for Cruz, but a little too far for Yavin, and it'll go out of bounds. So the Geckos thwart what may be the final rally of the half for PC. And 35 seconds left to go. And the Geckos may just be content to go in down 1. They trailed 6-0 at the half Saturday night against Yavapai over at Rose Mofford. Lead pass, Dunbar saves it. 18 seconds left to go. Pass to Yeppies. Yeppies can't save it from going out of bounds, so it's a throw in for the Bears. Final 10 seconds. Let's see if they can do something. Lead pass for Topog. Topog changes direction. He continues to pursue, but that one's going to go into the hands of Taylor. And Taylor and Miller. I was going to say, Brandon.
I can't see far enough, so when Aldo was on the other side, just a bit.
Oh, there you go.
Second half is underway here at Hogan Field at Hoy Stadium. The Bears trying to stay perfect on the season. A 4-0 win Friday night in their season opener. And a 1-0 lead here over Gateway in their 2014 home opener in the first half of this men's-women's doubleheader. Chris Cigar's new look. Bears women's soccer team set to take the field at approximately 8 p.m. against the Geckos women. Hope you will stick around for the second half of that doubleheader. Much more offensively minded team than they were in 2013. Racing down is Milton Cueto getting to start the second half, trying to get the kick, and Taylor waiting for it as the sophomore goalkeeper biding his time and then able to rip it away from the chance of Milton Cueto. Bears had 8 shots on goal. They doubled that number for the Geckos in that first half. Gateway had 7 fouls, Bears with 4. And the Bears had 5 corner kicks as to only 1 for Gateway. Zach Taylor busy for the Geckos, he had 4 saves. And Chase Bolton with only 1 for BC. And that almost was a save opportunity for Taylor. Valentia was able to break free, and the Geckos back line, 5 deep, and cleared it out. So it's a throw-in situation as Valentia also getting the start. And a shot that goes wide left of the far post. So that will not be a shot on goal for Valentia. So setting the starting lineups as Dave Cameron goes with a relatively new starting 11. Aiden Raj has started both halves. In fact, we've got a new goalkeeper back there for the Bears as Ricardo Alvarez now getting the start here in half number 2. And so Dave Cameron trying to give some people some work here early in the season. Game number 2 of this 20-game conference campaign. Aiden Raj battling 2 different Geckos. Treble. Down, he goes out, and they're going to save the last touch on Treble. Geckos sideline doesn't agree. Long throwing, and here's Valencia springing free. Valencia with the center pass, and it's deflected. Then Taylor loses it, and it's going to trickle past the end line, so the Bears are going to get a corner kick out of this. So Valencia paid off, gets his aggressiveness paying off. 6th corner kick of the night. This will be Javier Iona from the near flag. Nice setup right in the middle. Taylor gets a piece of it, and then it's headed in, and it's a goal for, I believe, Vlad Valencia. Or is it Milton Cueto? I think it's Valencia, and Cueto with the assist. So just striking 3.5 minutes into the second half, the Bears with some insurance. 2-0, Phoenix College. It was a great center pass. I believe that was Luis Tapia. And then it was headed around. And Valencia, off the deflection from Cueto, makes it 2-0. Official time of the goal, 48:35 of the second half. And now Gateway with a little bit more work to do as the pass to the far sideline tails away off the foot of Carlos Lopez. Bears will come the other way, and Cueto stopped in his tracks. And a nice steal that time by Ruben Moya. Trying to get it up ahead, but the Bears able to stop that rally momentarily. Backwards kick, Valencia controls, gets it towards the middle for Iona. Iona up the field, off the head of one of the Geckos. Riso trying to set up Valencia, and look how quickly he makes up that ground, and then it's deflected into the Gateway sideline. That's going to be off of the Geckos, so Raj with the throw-in. Here's Iona, keeping the pressure on, but nobody behind Cueto, and I think Milton thought that there was a back line behind him. And that will trickle to the far corner untouched. And so Zach Taylor will take over. Again, relatively new starting lineup. Here to start this second half for the Bears and Dave Cameron. Aiden Raj, Sergio Riso, Vlad Valencia, Luis Tapia, Javier Iona. Nate Fisk is still in there in the back line. Milton Cueto. Chris Arroyo. And newly in goal, playing his first action as a Bear, Ricardo Alvarez. Here is Tapia. Tapia, lead pass. Valencia sneaking around, trying to see if maybe he could come around Davalos and make the theft, but he'll do. Now Tapia is bumping him off the ball, and that one is stricken into the corner. That'll be a throw in, I believe, for the Bears. So the Geckos in their haste to get it out of their zone. Still giving the Bears more opportunities. And is that going to be a corner kick? And apparently did go past the end line. So second corner kick. This one's from Iona. Iona, another nice center. This one's a little bit long though, and it's going to trickle to the opposite side of the field. And this time it'll head the other way. Geckos in black, Bears in golden black. Home opener for the Bears, road opener for Gateway. Bears came in 1-0, and the Geckos looking for their first win. Bears on the road to finish off the week. That'll be Friday afternoon in Tucson against the always tough Pima Aztecs. That will be a war. 4:30 with the men, 7 o'clock with the women. And then the Bears come home for one of their longest homestands of the season. Only 3 games in the span of 5 days, all here in the friendly confines of Hogan Field at Hoy Stadium next week. Lead pass intended for Rizzo, and it's headed away. Valencia not giving up on it, and he fires one over the top of the crossbar. Make that Tapia. That'll be the 10th shot on goal. But it will remain 2-0. 7 minutes elapsed here in half number 2. Glad you're with us. Inaugural broadcast of Bears men's and women's soccer for the 2014 season here on Go Bears Sportsnet. Bears just trying to spread out the Geckos' defense. Tapia, lead pass, gets to Rizzo. Rizzo in stride, coming down the near sideline. He sheds the defender. Now the setup, and the header just off of Cueto as he wasn't able to time his jump perfectly. It comes to the far side, and then trickle out of bounds, and the Geckos are going to get it back. Now it's stolen. And the Bears going at it again. Rizzo has to go off the side of his head, and Rizzo's still down in the box. Play continues as Sergio now gets up limping. Valencia cuts inside, sidesteps a defender, and then a nice steal from behind by Carlos Lopez. And the Geckos will clear it out of their zone. Retrieved by Nate Fisk. They'll get it back to Alvarez. Ricardo, 6 foot, 170-pound freshman GK out of Maryvale High School. Here's Arroyo. Lead pass, but too much English on it for Rizzo, who is still trying to walk off that momentary fall. Rizzo went down a couple of times Friday night and then went over Scottsdale as well. That was an expensive win, as there are 3 different guys that are battling some nagging injuries for the Bears already in game number 2 that are not seeing action tonight. Jimmy Jones, Dean Bruni, Javier Almonte, all sitting this one out. There's Juan Valencia near midfield. Nice pass to Iona, who's in the clear. Gets it near sideline to the streaking Aiden Roch. He cuts inside. Gets away from one defender, then goes sprawling. And a foul going to be called as that was simply a case of Carlos Lopez trying to get to the ball first and instead making contact with Roch, who went down in a heap.
Were the stairs covered? Is the ladder covered?
So that'll set up a 3-man wedge momentarily for Gateway. Taylor, the goalkeeper, on the near post. Tapia directing traffic. It looks like Luis and or Sergio Riso are going to be the ones that are going to have the honors, although right now the Bears are kind of looking at it by committee. Dave Cameron yelling out instructions from his chair across the way. Here's Jason Arroyo. Nice setup inside. And Cueto's shot is just a little bit high. 11th shot on goal for the Bears tonight. Already the third one for Milton Cueto. And that one was just trying to time the carom. The bounce went high. Cueto trying to go up to climb the ladder to time it well, and it just went over the crossbar. Salvador Gutierrez, who started the game for Greg Johnson's Gateway Gecko, is checking back in. Bears again keeping the pressure on. Here's Iona. Lead pass for Riso. Can he catch up to it? Yes, he can. But he didn't have the angle, and his shot is wide right. And that will go all the way across the track here at Hogan Field at Hoy Stadium. And the Geckos will send it the other way. Not much of a breeze to speak of. In fact, the flag in the southeast corner of Hogan Field just kind of moving listlessly. 11 minutes gone by here in the second half. Bears have already struck. Took them 9 minutes in the first half. It took them 3.5 here. And the Bears on the move again, although Cueto has it poked away. So Iona coming over. Try and square up the 8th corner kick of the evening for PC. Not wasting any time. Gets it right in the heart, and then the header by Tapia goes well over the top of the crossbar. So the Bears not lacking for opportunities. They've already got 4 shots on goal here in the first 11 minutes plus. Dave Cameron counting his guys and trying to figure out who needs to start worrying about getting warm and getting ready to check in. Here's another lob from Riso towards the near sideline. Sergio, can he save it? No. He had to battle 2 different defenders, and by the time he was able to get under control, the ball had already trickled out of bounds. So a throw-in coming to the guys wearing the black and white of Gateway Community College. There's a lead pass for Treble and intercepted by Aiden Raj. Aiden the last one to touch it. So a throw just on the Geckos side of midfield. Carlos Lopez turns around, gives it to the streaking Jaime Yepes. Tries for a lead pass, and then Gutierrez falls down. Contact made, and Gutierrez is still rolling around in the box. Play goes on momentarily, and now the ball will trickle out as Gutierrez now being tended to by the Bears goalkeeper Alvarez.
Yeah. Good.
Looks like he's holding his right elbow, and here comes the Gateway training staff. We'll take a break. Clock stopped 13 minutes exactly. Elapsed here in half number 2. And it's the Bears 2, Gateway nothing. You can hear for more coverage of Bears men's soccer on Go Bears Sports Net.
Did you catch the wrong part? Excuse me.
It's got headphones on, so I just tap it on my shoulder.
Did you catch the right part?
What's that?
Did you catch the right part?
I did not.
To Neo Paul.
What was it?
Yeah, right after.
Who got it?
One right part, guys.
Oh, good.
18. Thank you for that, sir.
Yep.
Nice hand for Salvador Gutierrez of the Gateway Geckos, who went down right in the front of the Bears box, and he walks to the sidelines, windmilling that right elbow. And it'll be 10-2 by the Gateway Athletic Training staff. 2-0 Bears. We played a little over 13 minutes here in half number 2. Bears have not trailed yet in 2014. 4-0 win Friday night over Scottsdale, and they are up 2-0 here. Lead pass, Cueto can't catch up to it in time to get it away from Ulysses Silverio. But now it's stolen away, and the Bears have a shot. Valencia trying to keep it alive as he was sandwiched by 2 different Gateway Geckos. But instead, too much English on it. Carlos Lopez intercepts. Bears able to take it away. Now Raj just playing keep away momentarily. Back to Chris Arroyo. And this one, miss hit up in the air. Calentia just trying to poke it towards the Gateway goal, and he does, but Taylor's right there. Taylor keeping it on the ground momentarily. Now he'll pick it up and wheel it over to the far sideline. Here's Eric Morey trying to get it into the Bears zone and does momentarily. Bears just kind of biding their time, slowing it down a little bit momentarily. Here's Tapia trying to get the pass up the field for Riso. Intercepted. Tapia tries to steal it back. Pass behind Yepes, but he's able to control it right at the midfield strike. Brings it back, and this time it's the Geckos' turn to reset it. Chris Cigar's new look men or women's team waiting in the wings, fresh off that grueling 3-3 opening night tie with Scottsdale. It was very entertaining. The Bears came back from a 2-0 deficit, courtesy of Kiana Mounts, who scored a goal right before the end of the first half, and in the first minute of the second half, and then Jessica Barton, the Grand Canyon University transfer, gave the Bears their first lead against the perennial powerhouses. Artichokes tied it at 3-3 with 10 runs to go, and then really kind of the remnants of opening night. Both teams just kind of ran out of gas. They went through 2 overtime sessions of 10 minutes each and settled for a 3-3 tie. So the Bears come in, along with the Geckos, looking for their first win of 2014. Lead pass for Valencia, a little bit too much leadway, and it'll be trickled out of bounds, but it's last touch by Gateway. So the Bears again trying to take advantage of the miscue. Aiden Raj will trot up to handle the throw-in. Raj with a deep throw into the box, headed out, goes right to Javier Iona. Iona, stutter step, trying to shed the defender, can't so far. Back out front, reset to Jason Arroyo. Here's Tapia. Tapia in the middle. Trying to get the pass for Valencia, but they weren't on the same page, and Vlad was leaning the other way. It'll go out of bounds past the end line. And back to Taylor, the goalkeeper. As both teams momentarily kind of stagnating here in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Kick by Taylor, but Riso intercepts, and you can see the speed of Sergio. He gets in that open field. And then jockeying for position after he had it taken away, Riso winds up committing the foul. First foul of the half on PC. And the Geckos, who had 2 shots on goal in the first 8 minutes of the ballgame, have been stymied for the most part ever since. They've been outshot 12-4. Long lead pass headed around by a couple of people. Bears trying to move it forward, and they do. Tapia to Riso to Iona. Nice spin move by Javier. Gets it back towards the middle of the field. Tapia. Now lead pass. Almost able to get to Raj, who was cherry picking in front, but it was deflected away. And the Geckos able to survive. Geckos with the steal. The lead pass with Alvarez coming out to the front of the box, making a nice stop for the Bears. Before Carlos Lopez even had a chance to get close to him. There's a lead pass in the Gecko zone. Rizzo to Iona, and it's poked away from behind. Rizzo trying to come back to get the steal back. Getting some help. Tapia able to keep it alive. Valencia battling, the former Paradise Valley Puma. Now getting some help from Rizzo. As they bunch up near the 40-yard line. Here's Valencia in the clear. Gets it off for Tapia. Can he catch up to it? Yes. Centering pass back to Valencia. And Valencia wound up, but that one was high over the crossbar. Valencia, who played about 20 minutes in that first half, but didn't get that many opportunities. He had plenty of them against the Artichokes. But maybe rushing it a bit that time. Nate Semintendi, who scored the first goal of the game in the 10th minute, checking back in for the first time in this second half for Dave Cameron's Bears. Here's Valencia setting up Iona. Iona right in the middle of the field. Long shot is hit up in the air by Taylor for his save. Gets it out front, and then a little bit over aggressive to try and get the ball back was Cueto. And that'll be a foul on Milton to send it the other way. "14 shots now on goal by the Bears. 5 of them officially saved by Gecko's goalkeeper, Zach Taylor. Geckos trying to stem the tide. They have not won a game since September 20th of 2012. They were 0-20 a year ago, trying to snap what is now a 28-game losing streak. Lost their initial foray in the 2014 season against a team that doesn't lose much. Rough Riders of Yamaha ranked 3rd in the nation at the moment. That was at Rose Mofford Complex up near Metro Center here in the Phoenix area. Bears biding their time in the defensive side, kind of a dangerous game they're playing for the moment. And I think Dave Cameron said, let's get this cleared out. Geckos do not have a shot on goal here in the second half. Trying to see if they can change that, but not going to happen here as Fisk has it all by his lonesome. He'll clear it out of the Bears zone. Knocked away. Here's Lopez. Lopez with the sidestep. Raj fighting him every step of the way. Here they come down the near sideline. Lopez trying to split the defenders and instead gets pushed. Tapia, who came over to help, I believe, is the guilty party. And the Geckos not wasting any time. They know they need to get some shots on goal and put some pressure on this freshman goalkeeper, Alvarez. Middle of the field, knocked away. Geckos trying to save. Nice header up court, or upfield that time by Cueto. Semintendi can't control. Trying for the sidestep with Yepes, but it comes up empty as Chris Arroyo not fooled. One Arroyo to the other. Chris to Jason. Jason dribbling up towards midfield. Down to the Gecko zone. Here's Cueto. Has it poked away momentarily. Saves. Changes direction. Gets it middle of the field for Tapia. Tapia double team. Here's Semintendi. Semintendi sizing it up. He's going to try one. That one was a good on line, but a little bit too high. And it sails over the top of the crossbar as Taylor was taking a good long look at it before he let it go. Second shot on goal for Semintendi. And it's water break time here in the second half. 22:32 left to go in regulation. It's the Bears 2, Gateway nothing. Keep it here for more coverage of Bears men's soccer right here on Go Bears Sports Net.
After getting their regular season underway last Saturday here on this field against Lima, your Bears football team will get their first taste of WSSL action away from the friendly confines, staging in a 2-game road trip this Saturday in Roswell, New Mexico, against the New Mexico military
Who's that?
Their next national happens
They usually leave like at midnight. They do like a late practice and then shower and then after the night they get there.
in a tough WSSL
Like in the morning, it's kind of 9 hour drive. They get there, try to check in early, sleep, eat.
You'll want to be in your seats on Saturday night, September 20th, here on
Stays home.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't register until now. This is going to be Thursday.
Yeah, that's great. They do that first night too.
Back to live action. Jim Howell here at Hogan Field at Hoyt Stadium, the home opener 2014 for your Bears men's and women's soccer teams. Joined by our great Go Bears Sportsnet crew, Leosha Barker, Brandon Brown, Levette Giles, Cruz Lugo. Bringing you the sights and sounds along with the graphics here in the first of 10 home matches here in the friendly confines of Hogan Field for your Bears. Roberto Cadisosa back in for the Bears. Fresh set of legs and several subs. Roberto Valenzuela misses. Anthony Togba misses. Anthony Togba second attempt. That will be deflected by Taylor, and it'll be a corner kick upcoming. So the fresh set of legs paying off as they go right to work on the sophomore goalkeeper.
And I heard it down there because I was watching, or I was
Oh,
listening.
you were streaming on
Yeah,
there.
I was listening to that and I forgot.
It's hard to listen and watch.
Sementendi with the
It's always
setup.
up there.
Here's the header.
There.
Went off the back, I believe, of Yavin Cruz, who's back in there. And it winds up coming to the near sideline and out of bounds. But now Aiden Raj with the steal. Bears in business again. And this one poked away from Valenzuela, and Valenzuela is down along with a man who stole it away, and I believe they might have collided knees, so stop the clock momentarily. As both of them writhing on the ground in pain. It was Lorenzo Davalos who came over to thwart the rally that Valenzuela when he broke free. And they just happened to get their legs tangled. And both of them worse for wear. So both athletic training staffs heading towards the Gateway box. So we'll take a timeout. 20 minutes, 54 seconds left to go second half. Bears on top of Gateway. 2-0 right here on Go Bears Sports Network.
So it'll be there. At least he got his head up. He just got over limb.
What? I bet he took my keys. Huh?
Got more?
No. Hey, oh, stop.
Well, we've already talked about a couple of times of the early season leg injuries that the Bears have suffered. Guys like Jimmy Jones and Dean Rooney, Javier Almonte. So they certainly don't want to have another one, especially to a returning starter like Roberto Valenzuela. He's walking off under his own power, but favoring that right leg.
Yeah, right.
And back to live action as we move towards the 20-minute mark of the second half. Bears trying to spread the field for another attack. Lead pass over the head of Tokpa. Geckos get it back, but Tokpa out towards the corner of the box. Centering pass. deflected away, and that will come to the sideline. Tokpa will let it go. And Anthony will have a throw in as he one-hands the ball. Tokpa now in the clear for Raj. Line shot, not good. Cueto trying the deflection, and Taylor, who couldn't glove it cleanly the first time around, had to make 2 saves on 1 play. So the Bears coming up empty, but still in command 2-0. Here's the pass in the middle, but bounds away, and the Bears defense able to control it. Here's Cueto changing direction for Carrizosa. Now Semintende, lead pass, streaking up his Cueto, but he won't get there. And Taylor able to make the save. Out front, Carlos Lopez fighting with Raj. Make that Cueto, and Cueto saying that one's off him. And the side judge disagrees. Throw in for the Geckos. But here come the Bears again. Anthony Tokpa streaking towards the near sideline. He'll bring it inside. Center pass.
Nice!
Goal in there. Johnny Sosa, his second goal of the season. And a beautiful assist pass from Anthony Tokpa. That is also assist number 2.
That's a good setup.
Can he hear himself?
So that is the 19th shot on goal tonight for the Bears. And they have extended their lead to 3-0. Tokpa really showing that 4th gear. Because when he got a full head of steam and was able to get to the corner of the box, that beautiful center pass, and Cody Sosa had a tailor-made for it. Alexis Bialba, the sophomore defender, checking in for the first time for the Bears. Dave Cameron has gone to his bench early and often most of the evening. It is game number 2 of a 20-game season. And he wants to get as many guys in game shape as possible, especially in this rather sticky, humid night. Cody Sosa gives it off for Cruz. Cruz on the move, gets away from 2 different defenders, can't get away from the 3rd. Cruz still fighting as it comes towards the middle of the field. Geckos able to get away with it momentarily. Now Jason Arroyo with a steal to keep it in the Gecko zone. Nearing the 18-minute mark. Cody Sosa on the move again. Nice pass for Cruz. Cruz with a shot. It's deflected at the last minute by the defender, Paul Deswain, and that'll trickle to Zach Taylor, who is not happy about the defensive alignment when he gets back up. So the Geckos able to avoid further damage, and they bring it into the Bears zone momentarily. Geckos still looking for their first shot on goal here in this second half. And the Bears defense makes sure that there isn't a shot on goal there, as Alvarez has it headed back to him in the box. Chase Bolton got the start in goal for the Bears, played the first half. And since then, it's been Ricardo Alvarez. Here's Tokpa, full head of steam again, gets away from one defender, but can't take it away from Zach Taylor, as pursuing heavily was Andres Arveo, and was able to at least sideswipe Tokpa enough to lose control of it. Under 17 minutes left to go in half number 2. Don't forget, we hope you'll stick around the second half of this men's-women's doubleheader. Chris Cigar's Bears women's team looking for their first win of 2014. To take on the Gateway Geckos, who lost a tough one in their home opener, 1-0 to Cochise. Foul called on the Geckos. That's their 10th foul of the night. And the Bears on the attack again. This is Villalba. Here's Milton Cueto. Cueto will go left for Tokpa. Tokpa looking for room. He shot off line, but it comes right back to him. And another one. This one's deflected. And it takes enough edge off of it that Taylor able to grab it with both hands. Not a shot on goal that time. And the Bears one away from 20 shots on goal on the night. Jason Arroyo just playing a little bit of keep away, and now a foul called on the Geckos. So the Bears changing direction momentarily. Villalba battling Yepes. That'll be a throw in for Jaime and the Geckos. Lead pass in the corner, and Chris Arroyo will have none of that as he kicks it away, and that's going to be a corner kick for Gateway. That's only going to be their second one of the night, first of the half, and we have just under 15 minutes left. So Yepes will go to the near flag, and the Geckos bunching up right in front of the box. Meanwhile, clock stops, or the clock's continuing to run as Anthony Tokpa has gone down near midfield, and I think that might be a cramp. And now they stop the clock momentarily, so Luis Tapia got a very quick break on the Bears sideline. And Tokpa maybe banged knees as he's pointing to his knee as he gets an inquiry from his head coach, Dave Cameron. If this score stays where it is, why, that's likely going to be the end of the evening for Anthony. Nice centering pass, but it's poked away by the Bears defense. They clear it out. And now stop and play. We may have a possible yellow card, or is it just going to be a foul and a warning on Paul Lestrain, the defender? Apparently it's going to go the other way. That's the 12th foul of the evening on the guys wearing black. So the Bears will take over. Clock starts again. Clock starts again. And now the Bears on the move. Simontendi down the far sideline. Poked away. Cruz gets it back for Cady Sosa. Cady Sosa to the trailer. That's Alexis Villalba. Villalba, centering pass. Got room. Header is just over the top of the crossbar. Nice attempt by Cruz as he got in perfect position. Villalba did a nice job trying to set him up. There would be shot number 20. Alexis Flores heading to the sideline as Dave Cameron continuing to go to his bench. Abraham Carranza, the sophomore midfielder, making his first appearance of the night for the blue and gold. Bears on the attack again. 3 goals, not a comfortable enough lead as Cady Sosa tried for the center pass, but the Geckos' back line was there. And corner kick number 9 on the night, coming up for PC. Luis Tapia has handled most of them, and he will do the honors again here. Check that, that'll be Yabin Cruz. Nice center, and there's Tapia. And he tries to head it, but instead it's a pop-up that goes over the top of the bar. Humidity seems to have risen over the last 45 minutes or so as the wind continues to remain non-existent here at Hogan Field. It'll be a throw in for the Geckos right in front of their own bench and 6-year head coach Greg Johnson. A whole bunch of head games near midfield as Villalba able to make the steal. And Arroyo just got his feet tangled up with the ball, and that goes out of bounds. And Vlad Palencia will come in, and Jason Arroyo's night presumably done with 11:49 left. Bears will get the throw in, just trying to make sure everybody stays upright and healthy for the final 11 and a half minutes so they can get out of here with their second straight win to begin 2014. And hopefully set the table for their female counterparts in about 25 minutes. Here's Janine Cruz. Nice sidestep move. Keeps it alive for Cueto. Cueto, late pass with too much on it as Cruz can't catch up to it. Taylor will love it to thwart the threat. Zach Taylor has been kept busy tonight by the Bears' offensive arsenal, as evidenced by his 9 saves. Conversely, the 2 goalkeepers for Phoenix, Chase Bolton and Ricardo Alvarez, have only had to make 1 save between them. That was Bolton early in the game. Geckos have just not been able to mount much after the Bears kind of got their defense aligned. Bears on the move again. Johnny Sosa surrounded by Geckos in the middle of the field. Just waiting for teammates. Here's Nate Sementendi, the trailer. Sementendi cuts inside, sheds a defender. Long shot pass, Taylor, but wide right. Nice attempt by Sementendi, who already has a goal to his credit earlier tonight. That was in the game's 10th minute. So Taylor, because he did not get a glove on it, it will go to the possession of Gateway, and Taylor will be able to kick it away. All the way to midfield, and the Bears are there. Win the flighted ball. Cruz, nice little dipsy-do, tries to get the lead pass for Cueto. Cueto able to get up to it, and then it's kicked away. As catching up at the last minute, Andres Arveo, at least forcing the corner kick. Bears have had 10 corner kicks, 5 in each half. Gateway conversely with 2, 1 each. And Cruz again from the near flag. We'll have another shot at it. Line drive, which actually hits the side of the net. And so out of bounds, back to Gateway Community College. Bears in Tucson Friday to take on the perennial powerhouses, the Pima Aztecs. 4:30 with the men, 7 o'clock with the women, and then back here for 3 games in a row at Hogan Field. Tuesday against Paradise Valley. Thursday against Cochise for the women and Yavapai for the men, and then wind up the homestand Saturday night, a week from Saturday, September 6th against the Mesa Thunderbirds. Hope you will be out here for all 3 of those evening contests. The 2nd, the 4th, and the 6th. Don't forget one more fall sport yet to debut, but that's going to change this Friday night. August 29th, Amanda Lieberman's Bears volleyball squad, who are already getting some national respect in the also receiving votes category in the NJCAA preseason Division II volleyball poll. And they know they can get into that poll very quickly if they pull off the upset on opening night against the 8th-ranked team in the nation, the Scottsdale Artichokes. That's this Friday at the Bears Den. That's the North Gym here at Phoenix College. 7 o'clock first serve. Hope you'll be in your seats cheering along. And Valencia with a 3-on-3, getting through 2 defenders. Poked away by the 3rd, and that's going to trickle out of bounds. That's going to stay going this way at the 7.5 minute mark. Cueto with the throw in. Goes backwards for Luis Tapia. Tapia going the other way, and it gets away from Carranza. Spun him around, comes to the far sideline. Carranza able to save it from going out of bounds. Here's Seventendi changing direction. Comes to the far corner. Now the centering pass goes across. Cruz just biding his time. Wants to go one-on-one with the defender. Cruz gets away from one, gets away from two, tried to spin away from the third, and it's poked away. Bears still have it though. Here's Tapia. Tapia, line drive, and Taylor's right there. 21 shots on goal for the Bears. That's the third shot of the night for the sophomore Luis Tapia. 3-0 PC. Now Sosa near the midcourt line. Jockeying for position as the Bears in no hurry. Just want to make sure that everybody stays intact and upright for the final 6 minutes. Here's Villalba, near side to Cueto. Back for Alexis for the little. Too cute on the pass. Taken away from Alexis and then jockeying. Villalba along with Carlos Lopez. The foul's going to be called on Gateway's Carlos Lopez. Carranza with it on the far sideline. Poked away. Seventendi able to save. Here's Villalba, back for Calentia. Calentia look for a center shot. And it gets past Taylor. Taylor has to pursue and able to get to it just before Yabi Cruz had a chance to follow it up and cash it in. So that'll be a throw-in for the Bears. Zach Taylor is probably going to be icing a few things down after tonight's game. He has been busy in the net. The Bears looking for another chance. That one goes off the back of Cruz, but back to Yabin, and then he puts it past Taylor, but a little bit too far wide right. Cruz had it hit him between the numbers as he was starting to head towards the goal. And then when he turned around, it just took a favorable carom, and there it was right in front of him to try another shot on goal. Doesn't get between the pipes, so it doesn't register as one. 4.5 minutes left to go. And the Bears look like they are on their way to their 5th consecutive win over this Geckos team. Gateway has never won here at Hogan Field. They've been in business in men's soccer since 2009. Villalba able to clear it away towards midfield. Geckos just trying to do anything to get on the board. Silverio weaving through traffic. Gets away from Tapia and gets it near side. Here's Carlos Lopez. Lopez double team. Pass up field and offsides. And those lights you just saw darkened behind the soccer field are actually at Marriage Field, and it's the home baseball field of Kevin Kimball's baseball Bears. We're going through some of their fall ball practice. Midfield, 3.5 minutes left. Cueto has it knocked away back into the Bears zone. So the Bears look like they're going to go to 2-0. Geckos will fall to 0-2. Carranza has it knocked away, but it'll trickle out. And that'll be a throw-in for Nate Seventendi. We move inside 3 minutes. Here's Carranza looking for a place to center. Instead, wisely brings it back out. Here's the centering pass, but it goes right to Taylor. Both teams, especially in this high dew point, showing signs of fatigue.
I'm sorry.
So the Bears thinking that this is probably going to be enough to get the W. They outscored Gateway 17-1 in 2 games last year, winning 10-0 in the season opener, and then 7-1 on this field in late September. And are on the verge of pitching their 2nd straight shutout to begin the season. 7-10 on the move as the Bears trying for one last rally. Cruz trying to get it back for 7-10. It's knocked away, but now he gets it up. Center to Calencia, it's behind him. He gets it back and then has his feet cut out from under him as he tries to get this shot, which is deflected by Taylor. And it's going to come the other way on the offside. A pretty well-rounded effort offensively by the Bears. And defensively, well, what more can you say? A donut on the scoreboard for Gateway, and no shots on goal so far for Gateway in this half. 4 overall. And we're almost down to the final minute. Seconds left to go on this one.
Where is he saying, like, where can we look at the games now, or like, you know, the guy that's saying stuff? Yeah, where do we,
No, ask him.
Taylor trying to clear it.
So what's next?
Bears
Ask
just
him.
won't go away. Calencia trying to score his first goal, and Taylor has to do a sliding save to get out from under that one. Final half minute as the Geckos start to move it forward. And too much English on that one as Alvarez comes way out of the box from his goalkeeper spot to clear it. Geckos just trying to see if they can salvage one. See if they can score their first goal of 2014. Doesn't look like it's going to happen now. 15 seconds left, and now Cruz in a one-on-one with Taylor. Gets away from Taylor. Taylor able to get back in the net. Cruz has it poked away, and that's the way this one's going to end. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, and the Geckos will let this one trickle away, and the Bears